Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you ride, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you ride, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is the Network News for Wednesday, March the 22nd of 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, Guelph residents believe gunman arrived by boat to slay 40-year-old Jonathan Richards. Additional gun charges laid on St. George's businessman Vaughn Cyrus. Regional security ministers champion collaboration during Grenada meeting. FIU says pay keen attention when processing foreign exchange transactions. And Lottery Authority puts a $366,000 smile on the face of St. David resident. And around the globe, Prime Minister Gaston Brown says regional collaboration would result in full LIAT severance payments. And in international news, in France, President Macron refuses to give way as pension protests escalate. Coming up in sports, Spice Boys ready to meet USA. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. It's believed that whoever is responsible arrived by boat, riddled a Grenadian man with multiple gunshot wounds, and sailed away. Tonight, we open the newscast with the case that has left the Guelph village of gun battle in shock. One man was said to be in custody as the police opened their investigations. GBN's Christina John was on the beat today and sent us this report.
Bullet holes were pointed out to our news crew by villagers who are aggrieved following a shooting incident that eventually claimed the life of one of their comrades. According to sources, Jonathan Richards was shot multiple times last evening by an unknown gunman who later fled the scene. It is alleged that the perpetrator arrived by boat, committed the crime, and escaped through similar means. Villagers are questioning the motive behind this, describing Richards as someone who was making an adjustment to his life.
I'd like to clear up that Jonathan's death is not anything drug-related or money-related. You understand? It's just a matter of jealousy and greed, meaning that there is people who see you, they envy you and jealous you, but they don't even know what you've been through to get to that point. But it's not anything as money or drug-related as they're trying to project.
And they don't hear, say nothing. You can't hear nothing from him. When everybody are there with everybody have to do certain things to survive. And I talk to people and things just some one of the friends and things we do. You don't come on like you see people like what they do in the crowd. You don't come on that. He did on the end so he sells. How you move. Man, he don't like to talk to him.
When it's time of death, we all feel grievance. A cool element like that, just cool living around, moving around how the way nature runs. And then sadly, without unknown to any incident or whatever, he lost his life in that kind of way. It's a very tough and a sad time for us.
Residents believed the incident was no coincidence. A street light in the gun battle area was brought into focus.
Even because of the incident that happened that brings us in a sad position, we got a street light in the place we call gun battle, a normal, usual place where everyone comes. And there's a situation with it, like every quarter, maybe every 10 or 15 minutes, it goes off. And this incident what caused was a timing and a preparation, not because of the light being going off, and the situation occurred and caused grievance and happening in our country.
Police are actively investigating the circumstances leading to the death of 30-year-old unemployed Jonathan Richards of River Lane, Guelph, St. John. About 6:58 p.m. on Tuesday, March 21st, 2023, police received reports of gunshots being fired at Upper Depredin Street, Gun Battle, Guelph, St. John. Subsequently, Jonathan Richards, who sustained several injuries believed to be gunshot wounds, was rushed to the General Hospital. He was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. A postmortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. Prior to this shooting incident, Richards was also involved in shooting and wounding of a minor a few years ago. Chrislina John, GBN News.
And still on the crime scene tonight, law enforcement officers have laid additional gun-related charges against St. George's businessman Vaughn Cyrus. Last month, he was arrested and charged in connection with a near-fatal shooting incident in the south of the island. Nisha Paul is on the legal beat and sends us this update.
Weeks after being denied bail and remanded to the Richmond Hill prison on a slew of gun-related charges in connection with a shooting incident at Montooth in Grand Anse on Independence Day, 27-year-old businessman Vaughn Cyrus finds himself facing additional gun-related charges in connection with another shooting incident that occurred in the nearby Wall Street area on the same day. On February 13, Chief Magistrate Teddy St. Louis remanded Cyrus on charges for attempted murder, possession of a firearm and ammunition, discharging a firearm, and damage to property. According to communication obtained from the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force on Monday, investigations into the near-fatal incident at Wall Street has resulted in Cyrus being slapped with additional charges for attempted non-capital murder, possession of a firearm, and possession of ammunition. The carnage man was brought before the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court last week Friday and was further remanded to His Majesty's prison until April 6th. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Grenada is keeping a close eye on crimes, and so too are other Caribbean islands. The issue took front and center stage today as the regional security system gathered for a meeting in St. George's. Let's go to Beverly Telesford, who covered the meeting at the Radisson Resort.
Members have been exchanging ideas and discussing best practices for enhancing security in the region. The meeting, which was held on Wednesday, aims to tackle transnational criminal activities as each member state face their own challenges with crimes. Executive Director of the RSS, Errington Sherlin, highlighted some of the organization's recent achievements.
We had 91 successful counter-drug missions that was supported by the Air Wing, which resulted in seizures of 918 kilograms of cocaine and 2,172 kilograms of marijuana. Our digital forensics lab completed or initiated 405 cases that were submitted by our member states as well as the Bahamas. We would have, through our asset recovery unit, mentored on live cases involving assets valued at over $95 million.
Chairman of the Regional Security System Council of Ministers and Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, says the challenges exist, but the council is up to the task.
The vision is to bankrupt the criminals by removing their heartbeat, the money, the profit, or the assets involved in engineering or resulting from these criminal activities. To this end, the RSS through its Asset Recovery Unit, the ARU, in collaboration with the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force, is working to implement the FATF 40 recommendations and the 11 immediate outcomes across member states. Further, the ARU cooperates with other agencies such as CARICOM Impacts to develop capacity in asset recovery and financial investigations in the wider Caribbean region. Our citizenry can rest assured that the response mechanisms of the RSS, along with its international diplomatic relations and partnerships, will function effectively to counter current and emerging threats to our societies.
The RSS has worked with many international organizations which have supported and assisted crime-fighting organizations such as the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Task Force and the Caribbean Development Bank. CDB President Dr. Hyginus Leon told the gathering that security is the heart of regional development, and as such, leaders need to start a new approach today.
I propose, therefore, that we move away from the current structure of bilateral support and discussions to a transformative agenda which puts regionally owned cooperative solutions and integration at the heart of security preparedness. There is no denying that such a transformative agenda will lead to improved conditions for sustaining economic growth and development from a regional perspective. This transformation agenda that I speak of is urgent. Let's start it today. Not tomorrow, not next year. Today.
The regional security system was created in the early 1970s, 1980s. It was born out of a need for a collective response to security threats which were impacting the stability of the Caribbean region. The 40th meeting of the Council Ministers for the Regional Security System was held at the Grenada Room at the Radisson Beach Resort. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This is news at 7. Coming up, Lotteries Authority puts a $366,000 smile on one person's face. Stay with us.
Grenada's premier junior track and field event is here again with a bang. The Republic Bank Inter-Secondary School Championship is back at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. You cannot afford to miss the intense rivalry amongst all our secondary school athletes in the field and on the track. It's Republic Bank Intercall 2023. The 55th Intercall Championship takes place on March 28th, March 29th, and March 30th, starting at 9 a.m. and ending 6 p.m. each day. Be there to experience the special attractions and more. Tickets will be available at the gates and from GoToVet. It's the 55th Intercall Championships. Bring your school, bring your past students, bring your families to 3 days of competitive track and field. You will not forget this one. Be there.
Grenada, I don't know what flow giving out. $30,000 in cash and prizes. Unlimited talk. Free WhatsApp and social media. Up to 90% off on smartphones. So you're getting more savings, more value, and more speed on the best telecommunication network on the island. And all you have to do, top up as low as $5. Sign up for postpaid and our broadband. Switch up to our beautiful network. Pay your bills on time. Activate a combo plan and bundle your services to save more and win more. So visit us in stores today to be a part of our More Fun More promotion with Flow.
It's more with Flow now, you really know. All these deals make you save more. Get more!
Island Stars annual Easter clearance sale is here, and boy, do we have some exciting deals for you. Massive savings on tiles to be had with discounts from 10 to 35% off on all tiles store-wide. Buy all we have in a low stock model and watch your discounts skyrocket with a huge 15% off. Plus get chip edge tiles for as low as $1. Yes, we're clearing out our old stock to bring in the new. And that's not all. The Easter Bunny has added And visit our Island Style showroom on Monroe Road in Grandance or call 439-TILE. That's 439-8453. Sale ends Holy Saturday. When you think tile, think Island Style. For only the second time in history, the Spice Boys will battle the United States of America on home soil. On home soil. Grenada plays the USA in League A of the CONCACAF Nations League on Friday, March 24, 2023 at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Kickoff time, 8 p.m. Get your tickets now. $75 EC for the lower main stand. $50 EC for the upper main stand. $40 EC for the secondary stand. And $25 EC for the bleachers. Tickets available now online at godofed.com. Grenadian Optical in Grandance. Shirky's Bar opposite the bus terminal. Nixon Bites Gore. Shy's Bar Victoria. Calico's Sates. Maxie's Bar Grenville. And St. David Pharmacy. Grenada versus the USA.
Pulisic on the run. Pulisic has
Friday, March 24, 2023 at 8 p.m. Be part of history.
Co-op Bank introduces e-payments, our new e-banking feature that allows you to make payments online hassle-free. Log in securely with biometric technology. Make recurring payments easier with automated scheduling. Save time by paying your bills online. Transfer money to accounts at other local and regional banks. Send wire transfers on the go to anywhere in the world. Or send money to friends or family using Buddy Payment. E-payments, the swift, simple, and secure way of transferring money.
Welcome home.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
God bless you. This is Pastor Donnie McClifford, and I'm coming to the island of Spice. That's right. I'm coming to Grenada on Friday, April the 7th at 7 p.m. at the National Stadium. It's going to be a fantastic night of praise and worship that will bring glory to God and start a revival throughout Grenada. And I want to give special honor to all of the pastors that are working tirelessly throughout Grenada to make this possible. I come to pay honor to you as well. Don't forget, Friday, April the 7th at 7 p.m. at the National Stadium. Donnie McClurkin in concert in Grenada. I'll see you there.
Boy, yo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up. I'm coming.
Karim, what you doing? Fly my kite. Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy. Why not? The wind good? Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, Kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get shocked.
Go. Let's go and fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
This is Network News. The Financial Intelligence Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force is warning of fraudulent acts being committed locally. Director of the FIU, Brandon Latouche, explains.
Informed of an actively emerging fraudulent scheme locally, where credit and debit cards details are captured and then used to facilitate unauthorized online and point-of-sale transactions. We therefore take this opportunity to advise you to exercise serious caution as it relates to securing your cards. This includes locking your vehicles and other personal space and ensuring that valuables are not left in plain view. Also, review your card transactions online regularly so that you are aware of any unauthorized usage and report same to your financial institution.
The officer warns members of the public to be vigilant when sending funds abroad for whatever purpose, especially via wire transfer.
Send money only to people that you know. Know the risk involved in sending money to invest in cryptocurrency via exchanges such as, but not limited to, Binance, Coinbase, Huobi, Kraken, Bithumb, Bitfinex. These investments are highly volatile, which could result in significant losses to you.
Director Latouche also brought to light the circulation of counterfeit notes.
The public is hereby informed that we have received multiple reports of U.S. counterfeit bills, in particular the U.S. $100 note, currently in circulation in mainland Grenada and in the sister Isle of Carriacou. We therefore urging local businesses and individuals to exercise extreme caution and vigilance when receiving or handling U.S. currency. It is further advised that individuals and businesses alike take this opportunity to familiarize themselves and staff with the various security measures, features, and watermarks. Please note that if you are in receipt of any suspected counterfeit monies or have encountered anyone attempting to circulate same into our local market, that you should report it to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, or the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, immediately.
And a lotto jackpot winner walks away with $366,000. More in this report.
1 week ago, he might have been wishing for some form of good luck. Today, 84-year-old George Fisher of Pomeroy St. David sings the praises of the Lottery Authority of Grenada, which has come forward as his pot of gold at the end of his rainbow of dreams. Fisher is the latest jackpot winner, banking $366,000. Mr. Fisher is just a few weeks shy of his 85th birthday. The 84-year-old Pomeroy resident bought the ticket last week, Monday. Today, he was represented at the handover ceremony by his friend Irvin Mitchell.
I must say that first, I love sports. So whenever, for example, Lotto support sports, nation building and culture, which is very good for Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Matin. So as a result of that, I play Lotto.
Okay, good.
As relates to Mr. George Fisher. somebody that jackpot. I know he's a very wise man, so I don't expect him to do anything foolishly with it.
Right. You did confess to us.
Yes.
No, he confessed to us that he borrowed the money from you to buy the tickets.
Yes.
So okay then.
It was a proud moment for the new manager at the National Lotteries Authority, Ms. Cindy Henry.
Giving back and handing over jackpots is what we do best. The uniqueness of playing the games of the National Lotteries Authority is that everyone benefits. You win prizes, you win giveaways, and Grenada in turn wins sponsorship in all areas, including sports, culture, and national building activities. Now we are very excited to hand over this jackpot. We believe this winning will make a worthy contribution in the life of that individual, his family, and his community.
The winning ticket was purchased at Asog Foods in Calivini, St. George, and the authority showed its appreciation by presenting a certificate to its representative, Ms. Cullian Francis. Christina John, GBN News.
The Ministry of Labor seems to finally be listening to those who've been calling for changes to various aspects of the labor code. It's moving on two key fronts. We'll get the details in this dispatch.
For just over a decade, Grenada has functioned with what some consider to be archaic labor laws. Trade unions and workers have been clamoring for change. The issue was brought up during the recent town hall meeting organized by the government.
Now, I believe, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think the labor code dates to the 1990s. And the world has greatly moved on as it relates to workers' rights, working terms, and conditions. And I really want to see the government look at doing something to improve the working conditions and working terms for the people, the working class of Grenada. And along with that, something we need to look at is a serious occupational safety and health legislation. I've worked in construction work for many years in this country, and I've worked on some scaffolds that were straws and twigs and straws strung together with glue. And when the wind blows, it sways left and right. And these things are not good. We need real occupational safety and health for our people. Too many of us work in dangerous workplaces. We're afraid to speak up. Something needs to be done about that.
In addition to safety in the workplace, the government is being called upon to address wages and remuneration. Labor Minister Claudette Joseph said that is also on the cards.
Currently in the process of reviewing the entire labor code. And you are correct, the labor code dates back to 1999. There were a few small amendments along the way. So, along with the Wages Advisory Committee, the Labor Advisory Board was also set up in September thereabout, and they are also in the advanced stages of reviewing the code and making recommendations to the government for improvement, and that includes occupational health and safety policy that would be put forward. So these matters are attended to.
The Labor Advisory Committee is being headed by economist Curlin Gilchrist. Members include representatives of the Chamber of Commerce, the Employers Federation, and the Labor Movement. The Wages Advisory Board was reconstituted on September 1st last year and has a 3-year mandate. Dr. Gilchrist and team have been mandated to begin a series of consultations with major stakeholders with a view to revising and broadening the scope of the minimum wage order, which has not been reviewed in the last 11 years. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
We hear the negatives so often that it could seem like all we carry are burdens. But tonight's ISAW report shows what can be achieved when a community gets together.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision. Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Shortly after midday on Wednesday, GBN received footage of a huge tree which fell across the road in Piti-Bakai, St. David. This rendered the road impassable on both sides, and vehicles having to turn back. People in the area quickly got to work with machetes and a chainsaw to remove the tree bit by bit from the road. Our ISOL line is always open for your submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I love that teamwork. Still ahead, Grenada to benefit from high-level regional agricultural project. This is News at 7.
I come here for no stand up. Megaforce Promotions is heading to the east side. Yes, east side Grenville at Victoria Park. Saturday, April 1st from 6 p.m. for the massive Eastside Cash Money Bingo. Yes! Grenada, we're talking serious cash. We're talking $75,000 in cash to be won. What? That's right. And tickets are only $60 or $100 for two. So organize your posse for this long-awaited mega event. Victoria Park, Grenville, here we come with the massive Eastside Cash Money Mega Bingo.
It's the Quartz Optical Annual Frame Event. Get up to 85% off on selected frames. Book your appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Get that frame today with no cash from 3 to 24-month credit plans. You don't want to miss it. The Annual Frame Event. Up to 85% off. Only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Hello, Grenada. It's TGIF time again with the NLA. Thank goodness it's Friday. Every Friday in March, place 5 bets or more in a single ticket purchase on Cash 4, Pick 3 or Play Away. You automatically receive a quick pick inline ticket valued at $1. NLA is giving back more plays, more chances, more opportunities, and more prizes. Remember, when you play, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Promotion ends March 31st. You must be 18 years and over to participate.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Stasia Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Stasia Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Stasia Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 440-1500 or visit any of our 3 locations. Stasia Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors, agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. The government is embracing all available opportunities in the interest of building the agriculture sector. Grenada's Agriculture Minister, Senator Adrian Thomas, travels to Trinidad as part of that initiative. Sherry Ann Blackman-Stephen reports.
Grenada is expected to benefit significantly from a 4-year regional project spearheaded by the Food and Agriculture Organization to the tune of $90 million. The project is geared at the implementation of sustainable land management and land degradation projects in the Caribbean. Regional technical officers began the groundwork at the high-level forum on Monday in Trinidad and Tobago. Agriculture Minister Senator Adrian Thomas joins the forum on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Speaking ahead of his 2-day engagement at the regional meeting, Senator Thomas indicated that the project is already bearing fruits in Grenada.
We have a soil survey that will be taking place in Grenada on the 27th of March, going up to middle of April, where 150 samples will be done. And this will be able to give us the kind of data that we're so badly in need of in order to advise the farmers from a scientific point of view. Well, I think that training is always crucial, and there's an aspect of training in the project. And the fact that agriculture is back on the agenda, high up on the agenda, we will definitely definitely be embracing that opportunity with both hands.
Minister Thomas highlights key focus areas of the project.
There are 4 aspects that will be taking place in Grenada, 4 sites, 3 in Grenada on the mainland and 1 in Carriacou. And we'll be doing over 150 test samples to determine what is the real content of the soil in Grenada. Now, once you have that information, you will be able to make sensible decisions in terms of what is the best crop to farm in a particular area. The United Nations is the main agent behind that through the Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO. They are the main sponsor of this project, and the state will be making maximum use of it.
The Regional Sustainable Land and Soil Management Projects are initiatives of the Partnership for Sustainable Land Management, funded and supported by the Food and Agriculture Organization, the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, the University of the West Indies St. Augustine Campus, the Global Environment Facility, and member states, including Grenada. Other territories involved in the project are Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Guyana, St. Lucia, Haiti, and Jamaica. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
And change is coming to a broadcast entity near you. Not this one. Rena Pierre-Thomas updates us on planned changes at the Government Information Service.
The Ministry of Information has contracted a leading professional service firm named Ernst & Young, commonly known as EY, to lead the organizational restructuring and the change management process of the Government Information Service. This move is said to ensure that the GIS is positioned for long-term success. According to a press release issued by the Ministry, Government Advisor Orlando Romain said the goal of the initiative is to streamline operations, making better use of resources and provide training where necessary to maintain high standards of content creation and dissemination.
Currently, we don't believe GIS is currently configured and set up for that level of communication, and so we need to ensure that we strengthen its capacity, both in terms of technical resources, personnel, and looking to modernize the operating model of GIS. We expect to see at the end of it a more efficient and effective communication entity, one that can certainly meet the expectations of all stakeholders on a national level.
Roman also noted that the restructuring process would also include investing in innovative technologies and tools to improve workflow and enhance the ability to gather, report, and distribute news. When asked if this restructuring process will affect the employment status of employees, Roman had this to say.
We do expect that there will be some realignment of the current personnel. Certainly, new personnel will have to be brought on board to fill some of the new positions and new departments that GIS will have at the end of this process. Currently, the organization focuses mainly on live streaming and news reporting, but there's a lot of other aspects to communication which the organization isn't currently set up to do. So we'll certainly look to upscale some of the current staff, reposition them in different departments where necessary, and bring on additional resources to fill the gaps.
In light of this move, starting this week, the nightly national report will be replaced by a weekly news wrap-up that will provide a more comprehensive and in-depth look at the important news stories of the week. For GBN News,
we support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Hello, Grenada. It's TGIF time again with the NLA. Thank goodness it's Friday. Every Friday in March, place 5 bets or more in a single ticket purchase on Cash 4, Pick 3, or Play Away. You automatically receive a quick pick inline ticket valued at $1. NLA is giving back more plays, more chances, more opportunities, and more prizes. Remember, when you play, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Promotion ends March 31st. You must be 18 years and over to participate.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
All right, sports fans, it's gearing up to be an exciting weekend. With less than 48 hours to go, the Grenada senior men's national team is ready to battle on the field against the U.S. men's national soccer team. We get more in this report.
Grenada's senior men's national team moves from friendlies to the CONCACAF Nations League when they host the U.S. senior men's national team at Kiani James Athletic Stadium on March 24th for the second time in history. Grenada, who has not won any of their last 3 league matches, is hoping to pull off an upset against the mighty U.S. soccer team. Anthony Nixon Modest is the interim head coach.
Every game you go to win. Yeah? Every single game, regardless of the opponent, you go to win. We are expected to be competitive, not just the 5, 10, 15, but from the first whistle, we expect to be competitive. We will have a look at them. We will make adjustments if needed from the bench. So it's more or less just going out there, being competitive from the first minute, and make adjustments if needed.
The interim coach believes that the national team has what it takes to defeat the USA.
When you are playing the might of the USA or the bigger teams in the CONCACAF, well, the quote-unquote bigger teams, because they are ranked higher than us, we will go and give our all. We believe we are destined to be where they are. And we can only be where they are if we go out and do what we have to do. Now, whenever you play a top opponent of that magnitude, a victory, a draw will boost well for our country, because therefore our ranking goes up very high, and where we can drop to the number where the US are at right now. So we are excited. We are ready, and we will deliver. I believe firmly we will deliver.
Out of the USA's last 5 CONCACAF Nations League A fixtures, USA have won 4 games, 1 draw, and 0 defeats. However, Coach Modest is optimistic that his team will come out victorious.
The youth aspect of the team and the hunger of the local players. The local players are very hungry to deliver. They are very hungry to showcase their talent. And that will boost well for us, because we have the likes of the Aaron Pay and these guys coming in who are experienced. And as I said prior, once we can get them to blend with each other and with the professionalism coming in from the foreign-based players, the hunger of the local players into that mix, hopefully work wonders.
The former national player, now coach, says that his coaching staff is tasked with a tough decision in selecting the best starting 11.
Training will be crucial, and how fast they grasp what we want on the day. When I get back to the hotel, the staff will be meeting, and we'll be putting people together, put names in position where we think will work best for our team and for the job at hand. So giving you an 11 now, I really can't tell you often, because remember, we are in training. Unfortunately, there might be injuries and we have to make changes. But I think all in all, the idea we have right now with the persons in and the local persons, we'll have a good 11 and a very strong enough bench to come in and do the work.
Will Grenada versus USA match be a modern-day David versus Goliath? The match kickoff is scheduled for 8 p.m. on Friday. Nisha Peters, GBN Sports.
The Grenville Secondary School is in a celebratory mood as 3 of their female students, Antonia George, Senior Collins, and Rashana Francis, have been selected to be part of Grenada's National Under-16 Netball team, who will participate in the 2023 Regional Under-16 Netball Tournament. The Caribbean Netball Association Regional Under-16 Netball Tournament will take place in Dominica from March 24th to April 3rd, 2023. The tournament is staged annually by CNA and is hosted by a different Caribbean country each year. This is the first time that Dominica will be hosting the tournament. And West Indies white ball captain Shea Hope and fast bowler Alzari Joseph have made big strides in their ICC Men's One-Day International player rankings. More in this report.
In the recent series in South Africa, Hope has moved up 2 places in the batting to 12th position. He made a match-winning 128 not out, his 14th ODI century in his first match as captain, which the West Indies defeated the home side at Buffalo Park in East London. Alzari Joseph made a giant leap of 8 places to 11th spot after the 2 matches. He bowled with genuine pace and accuracy, taking 3 for 53 in East London, followed by 3 for 50 in the next match at JB Marks Oval. He now has an impressive record of 93 wickets in 56 matches at an average of 27 runs per wicket. Left-arm spinner Akil Hussain is the other West Indies bowler in the top 20. He took 3 for 59 and a 2 for 49 in his 2 matches to break into the top tier.
And that's it for tonight's sports. When we return, we'll have a recap of the night's top headlines. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, says former LIA workers could receive their full severance if all the shareholder governments agree to share the financial obligation. The head of government has also compared the severance offer his government has made with the commitment recently made by Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley. Alicia Humphrey reports.
Prime Minister, the Honourable Gaston Brown, says the government of Antigua and Barbuda is still waiting to take responsibility for 50% of the monies owed to the former LIAT workers. Prime Minister Brown explains the offer made by his Barbadian colleague Mia Mottley applies only to Barbadians. He says the offer made by the government of Antigua and Barbuda is superior since Barbados' offer would amount to about $10 million and about 10% of the overall liability. He also reminds Barbados held 52% of the shares of LIAT 1974.
Our offer was a broad offer to the staff of LIAT, even those in different jurisdictions. And again, in keeping with the spirit of the Treaty of Chaguaramas.
Prime Minister Brown says, though the former shareholder governments have no legal liability to pay LIAT severance, moral responsibility and the spirit of CARICOM brotherhood should be a guide.
But there's some capacity for the four shareholding governments to come together and to resolve this issue amicably and to fully restore the LIAT workers. And that has been the recommendation that we have made. And how we have not reneged up to this point from the 50%.
If Barbados' 10% commitment remains unchanged, as has Antigua's 50%, the Prime Minister says it is unlikely LIAT workers will receive 100% of their severance. He says the possibility of Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines paying out the remaining 40% is improbable, since they only held about 20% of the LIAT shares. In light of the current situation, Prime Minister Brown considers the Antigua and Barbuda Workers' Union stance to be politically motivated, lazy and cruel to the LIAT workers. He argues the Workers' Union attitude has brought negotiations to a halt.
And their position is, unless you pay 100%, we're not engaged. If that is your position, then there's an impasse.
Yes.
And it makes no sense for us to speak to you.
Alicia Humphreys, ABS News.
Protests have continued in several French cities after President Emmanuel Macron used executive powers to push through a pension reform without a vote in Parliament. The French government has narrowly survived a vote of no confidence after a special constitutional power called Article 49.3 was used to push the bill through last week. Over the past week, more than 1,500 protests have taken place all over the country. The reforms mean the retirement age in the country will be raised from 62 to 64.
There's an outcry in France. In the past week, more than 1,500 protests have taken place all over the country. This was Place de la République in Paris last night. Some protests turned violent. Police clashed with demonstrators, and hundreds were arrested. This all happened after President Macron used controversial executive powers last week to push through his deeply unpopular pension reform. This means that the retirement age in France will now be raised from 62 to 64.
I think that today the Fifth Republic is showing its true face, which is that of a regime that is not democratic, since the president can decide to pass a law that is rejected by 90% of French people.
To think that all those people who are already in really trying jobs will have to keep going until they are 64 is not right. They just see people as profits.
Well, Macron never listened to us, so now this is war. I think that at one point he won't have a choice. He will have to withdraw his reform.
But President Macron doesn't seem to have any intention of backing down. He said there would be no government reshuffle, no fresh elections, and no referendum on his pension reform. And after a week of not being seen in public, today he will give a rare TV interview. His hope will be to use the interview to calm things down and put an end to the protests. But that's easier said than done. Macron is facing his most serious challenge since the Yellow Vest riots 4 years ago. And with more strikes planned for Thursday, the anger that many French people feel is not going away. Sofia Battiza, BBC News.
Britain's former Prime Minister Boris Johnson re-enters the bear pit of parliamentary inquisition on Wednesday for grilling about Partygate that could decide his political future.
Mr. Johnson, you made the rules. Surely
Boris Johnson is battling once again for his political survival. The former Prime Minister will give evidence to a cross-party committee over several hours in a televised session about whether he lied to Parliament. In a 52-page dossier issued on Tuesday, he said he accepted that the House of Commons was misled by his statements, but when the statements were made, they were made in good faith.
I don't call the Prime Minister.
The so-called Partygate scandal centres on allegations he was present at alcohol-fuelled gatherings in Downing Street during 2020 and 2021.
Mr. Speaker, I want to apologise.
When most of the rest of Britain was forced to stay at home under COVID rules that he made.
Extraordinary sacrifices. I know the rage they feel with me and with the government I lead when they think that in Downing Street itself the rules are not being properly followed by the people who make the rules.
The outcry and repeated allegations of lying eventually prompted much of his top team, including the current Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, to quit. An interim parliamentary report this month said the rule-breaking should have been obvious to Johnson. If the committee recommends any sanctions against him, they would have to be approved by Parliament. A suspension as MP for more than 10 days would lead to a by-election in his constituency. Meanwhile, newspapers such as The Independent have already dismissed Johnson's defence dossier as a pyramid of piffle.
And that's what's been happening around the globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Guelph residents believe gunman arrived by boat to slay 40-year-old Jonathan Richards. Additional gun charges laid on St. George's businessman Vaughn Cyrus. Regional security ministers champion collaboration during Grenada meeting. FIU says pay keen attention when processing foreign exchange transactions, and Lottery Authority puts a $366,000 smile on the face of St. David resident. Around the globe, Prime Minister Gaston Brown says regional collaboration would result in full LIAT severance payments. And in international news, in France, President Macron refuses to give way as pension protests continue to escalate. In sports, Spice Boys ready to face USA this Friday. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's tonight's news. Thank you for joining us.